If you're going to start accusing people of lacking credibility, you should probably do your due diligence before you make a video on TikTok, and then your TikTok gets shared on Instagram or gets shared on Reddit and gets shared on Instagram by other creators. And in the video, you're calling me uncredible, and other creators are sharing your video, and you're not thinking about the impact of saying that. One thing to have an opinion about things, and it's another to just like seek to discredit others. And I've never been about that.
Hey Cactus crew, thanks for tuning in. And if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Bill. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll just be going over Katie Joy's doxing of Nag, not actually Golden, on Instagram, and then everything that happened afterwards. And what we're dealing with here is a narcissist. Katie Joy is a narcissist. She thinks she's an expert on narcissists, but really she's just projecting her own traits onto other people. Katie Joy is the most insecure woman on the internet. She cannot take criticism. Ends up being a narcissistic injury, and then she just goes full bonkers to tear someone down for having an opinion that she is not credible. It's an opinion that so many people share, but she decided to go after not actually Golden. This is not the first time that this has happened. This is her behavioral pattern. This is what she does and has done constantly, and it's one of the things that makes her dangerous online. This is a dangerous woman I have been covering for the past 5 years, and I'm so glad that people are actually seeing who she is in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case that she has been covering, because she is not credible. She doesn't have a source. Her source is Reddit. She makes up stuff. She uses people. She manipulates people. Everything is a role play for her. She has no understanding of emotions, no emotional intelligence at all. Zero. She doesn't feel for other people. She doesn't have the perspective of like how her behavior harms people. And her behavior has harmed people, multiple people over the years. And I feel so sorry that she doxed Not Actually Golden. You know what? Not Actually Golden is a very secure person in who she is. She is authentic, which is threatening to Katie Joy, because Katie Joy is not authentic. Katie Joy spends her life role-playing. She's a narcissist. She's not connected to anything. Everything is an act. She's not a journalist. The judge in her current case where she's being sued by 7M and Robert Shin for defamation, the judge did not find anything that proves that Katie Joy is a journalist. She's a YouTuber. She's a gossiper. Look at her intro. For God's sake, look at her intro. She is a tea channel. There's nothing credible about Katie Joy. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Share it, comment below, let me know what you think, and please do consider subscribing. You can follow me on Instagram, X, TikTok, and Facebook at It's Crystal Bill. Everything is my own opinion as someone who's been on this carousel from hell for the past 5 years. I've come too far to walk away. I know Katie's behavioral pattern, and I know who she is, a narcissistic woman who uses people, who harms people. I encourage you to check out all the links that I will put in the description box and also the pinned comment. Please check out the links and come up with your own opinion. You know, this is awful. This is awful that this happened again. But I hope that people will start to see Katie Joy for who she really is. This is from Wikipedia. Narcissistic personality disorder is a personality disorder characterized by a lifelong pattern of exaggerated feelings of self-importance, an excessive need for admiration, and a diminished ability to emphasize with other people's feelings. They may disrespect others' boundaries or idolize and devalue them. Narcissist personality disorder individuals manifesting vulnerability tend to become enraged when rejected or criticized, and may degrade, insult, or blame others who disagree with them. Those diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder will come off as excessively defensive and attacking when facing any sort of criticism. Katie stole this screenshot from Twitter, where one of the other creators that received the subpoena reached out to Team YouTube to try and see if the subpoena was real or not. This is what it said. Update: the email you shared above is legitimate and was sent as part of our user notice policy for legal matters. We appreciate your vigilance in checking whether the sender email is legitimate, in this case it is, and your patience while we looked into this. We're addressing the conflicting support info you received with our team to avoid confusion in the future. It has come to my attention that a creator named Not Actually Golden, who is an attorney, posted a video and stated that I was, E.T. quote fingers, not credible, and that my posting of a subpoena that I received directly from Google and my legal team reviewed was also deemed not credible. She then went on to give her audience a disclaimer about how I lack credibility and thus my sharing of a legal subpoena should be taken with heavy scrutiny. Golden, who refuses to disclose her name or bar number in any state, failed to disclose to her audience that the law firm of Trautman and Martin LLP in Minneapolis reviewed the subpoena for authenticity. She failed to share a statement directly from Minnesota attorney Graham Martin, who discloses his identity and his bar number and has represented my business for more than 4 years. Not Actually Golden, she doesn't follow CACTI, so she didn't see Graham's statement. Still, it's an opinion that Katie Joy is not credible. And you know what? It's an opinion that so many people share. But, Katie doesn't try to rectify that opinion. She goes after people. Martin released a statement verifying the authenticity of the subpoena and would not put out any statement if the subpoena was not real. Martin is an officer of the court and has a duty of ethics and conduct in handling all legal matters. Golden fails to acknowledge the legitimacy of a lawyer and law firm issuing a statement, thus smearing not only my business but the firm's. My request to all creators is to be extremely cautious in doubting the legitimacy of this subpoena. YouTube confirmed this is a real subpoena yesterday. Also, spreading misinformation about the subpoena could harm the creators, whose financial records are being sought from being able to fight the subpoena in court. I have never interacted with this creator. Wrong, you have. May 2025. NAG's coverage, Not Actually Golden. I think NAG is missing the point that Lively has produced nothing. NAG isn't considering that Lively is an abusive narcissist and these are necessary. Someone comments, she's commenting from a legal perspective, not an emotional one. Two things can be true at once. Katie replies, I'm not emotional. I understand the legal side of this case. I disagree with her legal opinion. Katie continues, I think it's weird that expressing my opinion is getting downvotes. I simply said I didn't agree with her on this video. That's all. Attorneys often have vastly different opinions, and very few have experience with high-profile narcs. Katie says, I share information I find, share theories about the case and my experience of exposing narcissists. So sometimes my theories may be wrong, but it's no different than an attorney giving their opinion, because we are all outside parties. We are all sharing from our experience. You disagreed with her because she was a lawyer and you knew more because lawyers' opinions and your opinions are the same. But that's wrong, because lawyers have knowledge of the law, which you don't have because you never studied law. And being sued does not make you a law expert. She provided no evidence for why I'm, E.T. quote fingers, not credible, and made a blanket statement that could directly influence impacted creators to not take this subpoena seriously. I shared the subpoena after consulting my legal team after they reviewed it and after they verified the legitimacy. All of this was in the video I posted yesterday. Every step I took in this process proves that I am credible. Fuck off, Katie. Not everyone watches your videos. 1. I got the email from Google. 2. I received the subpoena directly from Google. 3. I consulted my lawyer at the direction of Google. 4. My lawyer reviewed the subpoena and verified its legitimacy. 5. My lawyer issued a statement. Then it went on to post a video of Nag was actually going off at someone else who was trolling her account. Was not even about Katie Joy. With the subpoena to not take it as being legitimate because Katie Joy is not credible, which is a common thing to say. She's not attacking Katie. That is her opinion. And it's a bloody good opinion too, you know? A lot of people agree with her. On the screenshot, she writes, "Can disagree and not curse people out. This is the creator that said that I lacked credibility. Also curses out people when they question her credibility." I'm only sharing what I'm experiencing because I'm frankly tired of a select group of creators being mean girls to me and talking crap nonstop. I don't talk about other creators, but they talk about me. When I respond and share what happened, they come back to me and twist things, gaslight, and act like they didn't say what they said. But I promise you that if I were a licensed attorney and worked, I would not speak to anyone on my TikTok like this. When I said I didn't appreciate her telling people that I wasn't credible, she gaslit me. Then said she didn't see my attorney's statement, which was in the video of mine that she shared on TikTok. She didn't do the due diligence. Today, she is defending the subpoena and said Blake has a right to request it from Google to prove her case. Blake doesn't have a carte blanche to invade people's privacy who had nothing to do with a smear campaign and only reported on public records. I'm going to stand up for myself. When I'm quiet, they pile on. When I respond, I'm accused of starting drama. I'm going to stick to myself, and I do have several creators that I'm good with. I now know who to stay away from. Some comments from underneath this post. You yourself were saying the subpoena emails were fake, here and on Reddit, empathetically, and definitely saying they are fake. So now you questioning someone else's credibility, not having full confidence what's true of things you post, makes no sense. Katie replies, for literally 2 seconds, and I corrected within literally an hour. I corrected myself and posted it on social media almost immediately. Then I got the subpoena directly from Google Legal, and she was looking at my subpoena and still literally called me not credible. It's still on her TikTok. She works for and is bound by ethics of public employees and the state bar. She doesn't say her name because if she did, she'd for sure be fired. I also confronted her and she doubled down and said that I am not credible and constantly spread misinformation. Then also stated that she didn't know my lawyer had made a statement, which was in the same video she was referencing in her video showing a screenshot of the subpoena from my video. Someone says, she is nice and sometimes you have moments that it just bursts out. Don't judge her by this video. Listen and you will find her points that you will agree or disagree, but it's your own judgment that's best for you. Katie replies, bar code of conduct states that no lawyer shall use social media to disparage members of the public. Someone says, I don't think this would impact her. I just don't get qualified lawyer vibes from her. Katie replies, she's a lawyer. She just doesn't litigate and works for. Someone says she's probably being paid by them, allegedly. Katie replies, she's being paid by. Someone says, doxing someone who dared to challenge or disagree with you is straight out of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' tactics. You were the first one to run to the internet to declare that the subpoenas were fake. Now you're taking an old video of Nags that was about the ongoing mistreatment she was receiving from some pro-Blake Lively troll. I legit went and followed and liked all of your stuff after I learned you were subpoenaed. I still wish you the best with that, but I won't be following. Katie replies, I didn't dox anyone, didn't say where she worked, city she lived in, or her first name. Not sure how you dox someone by repeating what she's already revealed in videos. But go on, she said she works in so please explain how I doxed her. You gave more specific information than she's ever shared. You're helping narrow down her workplace for people. What an overreaction. Someone says, in a comment further up, without a crystal ball, literally says she works at a. How is that not doxing someone for purely disagreeing with you? You can dislike her content or even make an argument against her, but it is disgusting behavior to start digging and to find out where she lives and works. Katie says she works at. Someone says, it's disappointing when content creators make a statement like that when they could message the person and ask for details. Content creators need to stick together because this is what Blake wants. to divide Wayfarer's supporters. We don't have to agree on everything, and no one gets everything right every time. As Katie said, we all get caught up in the rumors, and it's best not to rely on hearsay. Katie replies, she made a choice to call me not credible, and that has nothing to do with Blake Lively. Someone says she's clearly getting paid by lying Reynolds and Flake Lively. Katie replies, she claims she is neutral, and then later in the video said, quote, if this is real, this is really bad, end quote. So which is it? Am I not credible, or is this real? Someone says, don't think smearing as much as saying this isn't proven, yet so take what I'm saying with a caution, as it might not be true. It was verified. She's ridiculous. I got the email from Google, subpoena from Google, and my attorney put out a statement verifying our receipt of the subpoena. Katie says, my firm belief is that if a lawyer wants to be a commentator, they need to share their bar number and name. No hiding. If sharing this could get you fired, you shouldn't be on TikTok and YouTube. Someone says, not providing a name or bar doesn't diminish her credibility. She offers legal analysis and has consistently called out flaws, strengths on both sides. That's not bias. It's balanced commentary from someone who knows the law. I always have followed you and agreed with you, but this I respectively disagree with you on. Someone says, now is the time for y'all to stick together, not fight. This is exactly what Blake's team wants, chaos and fighting. Don't stoop. Remember what brought us all together. Katie replies, she's the one to discredit me. I put out a verified subpoena with a statement from my attorney. Cluster B personality disorders are characterized by dramatic, impulsive, self-destructive, emotional behavior and sometimes incomprehensible interactions with others. It includes antisocial personality disorder, pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. Pervasive pattern of grandiosity, haughtiness, intense anger towards criticism, overwhelming envy, need for admiration, deceptive and vindictive tendencies, and lack of empathy.
Now a pretty large creator has decided that because I said one sentence about her this morning, that I didn't consider her a reliable source. She has now decided she's going to dox me on Instagram. And I'm not asking anyone to go defend me at all. I just want everyone to know, particularly the Baldoni people, because I know she has a big following of them, that this is who this person is. Without a crystal ball, I think her real name is Katie. I used, the screenshot from her video saying that was the subpoena this morning. And I said I wasn't going to take it as a reliable source because she says things on her channel that are legally absolutely wrong all of the time. She flipped out and started making videos about me and posting things about me. And now, and I wouldn't care, like whatever, but now she's doxing me. Now she's finding what she thinks is my job and what she thinks is my work history. Everyone who's tried to do that on Reddit, people are so stupid. They don't understand how lawyering works. I just want people to know, by the way, I have sent her a message. I'll show it to you at the end, a DM, asking her politely to please stop. And I'll see if she responds. I'm guessing she probably won't. But I just want people who follow her to know that this is who she is. That I made a video about how I thought these subpoenas about these content creators were a problematic thing, that they had First Amendment implications, and that I had major concerns about them, including her. And her reaction, what she got from that whole 10 minutes was, I said she wasn't a reliable source, and now she is going balls to the wall to try to lift the privacy that I have tried so hard to maintain. I'm pretty disappointed, actually. Because people had told me for a long time that she, she does crazy stuff and, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, I watch her videos every once in a while. And she was the one who uncovered the Van Zandt thing. So I was like, okay. But no YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything is going to be a reliable source for me on the provenance of a formal legal document. But it doesn't matter because rather than the enemy being the people who sent her the subpoena, now the enemy is me. And I'll deal with it. Like, she says she's going to file a bar complaint against me. Girl, you're going to file a bar? You think it's an ethical violation for a lawyer to say that they don't find something credible because it's on the internet? Like, you don't understand how any of this works. It would be the opposite, see? Anyway, I'll just have to deal with whatever it is. It's pretty disappointing, but I just want anyone who is a follower of hers or a fan of hers to know that this is who this person is. That despite my trying to make, what did I make? 3 videos today and at least one yesterday, talking about how I thought this was worrisome for these content creators, things that I thought were worrisome for her. Instead of saying like, oh, I'm glad someone was able to back me up on that, because I said she wasn't a reliable source, she is now trying to absolutely destroy the one thing that I have asked for. She doesn't have all the right information, but I'm not going to validate any of the information. I just want you to know, if you follow that woman, this is what she's like. She has decided that my one mention that I didn't find her terribly reliable is more important than the 7 months of videos that I have made explaining this case. I'm going to show you the DM I sent her, and we'll see if she responds to me. I realize I take risks by being on the internet. I realize like these things have happened little bit by little bit over the last 7 months. But I've never had somebody come after me this hard for one, like a set of like 8 words. Usually people come after me because they think that I'm on some side or another. This isn't about a side. This is about her and her personal pride. Here's the message. I doubt she'll stop, but I asked. And yes, that's a message she sent me in April saying that she loved my takes.
I don't think I ever saw your April message, but times sure have changed. I tried to explain that I didn't see your attorney's note, but you deleted it. Now I saw that you are starting to dox me on Instagram. Do not go any further on my personal info. You can try to discredit me because you don't understand my job, simply because I said you are not a reliable source, based on your past videos where you said things that were legally absolutely wrong. But just know you that are doing the exact thing that the pro-lively crowd has been doing to me on Reddit for months. So discrediting me, you are giving them everything they want. But I have never once shared the personal details of anyone, including people who have contacted folks in my real life, because it's wrong. You should be above it.
One of the things I like about myself is that even when somebody shits on me as a person, I still have the values that I have. And I still genuinely believe that these subpoenas, if they are real, are a First Amendment problem, even though one of the people who got them tried to do everything possible she could to hurt me yesterday. That's what credibility looks like. That's what integrity looks like.